welcome back to my channel. So y'all, I just went and got me a bowl. I don't know if y'all can see, but for some reason I kept running out of storage on my phone, so that's what I done conjured up in my bowl. I actually was about to open up me some wine. I got me some wine from Trader Joe's, of course, so go get you some if you haven't already. But yes, you do gotta use a corkscrew. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. But I just said I would do me my first little mukbang. I'm excited. So y'all, today I'm gonna just talk about just, I ain't gonna lie, just everything what's going on. Like this little Ray and LaShondra thing. I ain't gonna lie, just talk about property management. I done lived on hood before. I ain't ashamed to say it. It ain't about where you been, it's about where you going. That's how I look at life. But all jokes aside, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do understand. Oh, this smell good, y'all. Key lime pie by Oliver. I like Oliver wine too from there. I think this is a, well, it don't say it. I thought it was maybe like a special edition of some kind. I guess it's just one they always bring out. But no, yes, they do parade. Some properties, they do parade on young girls. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I don't think I like that too much. But I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, that's how I feel about it. They do parade on it. I'm not gonna lie. My experience, when I moved on hood, I moved into my very first apartment. It was a hood apartment. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I paid maximum rent. Didn't know. Like, I worked at a doctor's office. I was a front desk associate at that time at that company. I made pretty decent money. I think I made like $11 an hour. I made good money. So guess what? They qualified for me maximum rent. But yes, like I said, I live in Tennessee, Nashville to be exact. But here we have nice hood apartments. We do. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Where I lived, it was hood. I'm not gonna say, oh, well, I live there, because it's still out there and it's a lot of people that still live there. But at that time when I lived, I think it might have been like 2009, 2010. I can't think exactly. I think it was 2009 though. Baby, my very first apartment was it. A lot of people didn't even know I lived over there. Just because like it was so many people who knew. So basically, just with that being said, I mean, I pretty much stayed in the house. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been I kind of just stayed to myself. But yes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the property manager that was over there, at the time, like, I'm not gonna lie, within the year that I only lived there for 1 year, the property manager that was over there, baby, when I say she was stealing their money, it was two of them. It was a young black girl and an older white lady. I'm gonna tell you what she did. She blamed the black girl for everything. Because one thing about it, them girls was coming in there, handing them cash in their hand. They later was putting it in as if, like, wouldn't put it in as if nothing ever happened. And then, of course, you know, when they do their bookkeeping, it's a little bit different, you know, how they do their bookkeeping. I need some water. So, you know, by the time they done got the money, you know, they coming back to the office like, well, we went back and re-ran that you been working. That's the trick part about living on housing. We call it housing, but it's hood housing. You gotta report when you get a job. So it's a lot of girls that live over there, they may not work. Yeah, and I'm so different too, by the way. I only like the egg white. But the girls that was over there, honey, they would get their baby daddies. They dope dealing baby daddy to pay their rent. I mean, whatever the rent is, and get in whatever they want on the side. Guess what? You ain't got to get no job. You just sit your ass home and play with your baby. Like most of them did. And collect your utility check. Sorry for letting the cat out the bag, but I was the one who worked, so it don't matter to me. But there's a lot of them over there like that. And I will tell you this, that's how those property managers, how LaShondra was talking to that Vera, whatever her name is, how she was talking to her, that's how they talk to you. Like, I'm being real, that's how they talk to you. Like, it's sad. Like, it's really, really sad. But instead of wanting to help the girls and get the girls out of poverty, people don't understand that's the concept of public housing, food stamps, welfare, to get you back to society. But I don't mean no harm. It's easy. Have a fucking baby, and that's it. You know, have a baby. You qualify for it. It is what it is. Deep down inside, they don't care if you have evictions or anything. Well, now I will say that back then they really didn't. Like, they didn't care about none of that. As long as they knew you could pay their rent, they didn't care. But yeah, I watched their property manager when they finally let the black girl go. I remember one evening, baby, my apartment was like, maybe it was a street that divided where the office was, and I lived in the second. It was a complex right here, and then I lived in the second one. I remember like it was yesterday. It was about 5:05. They closed at 5 o'clock. Baby, she walked out there, I'll never forget. She had a red Corvette. And if you lived over there back in there, you know exactly what apartment I'm talking about. Because that white woman, she had a bad car. Baby, them black girls came in there and beat her. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't do nothing, just call 911. Call 911 for it. Because I get it. I watched her come in there and was like, you didn't get a receipt from her. If you didn't get a receipt from her, that means you didn't pay it. You're responsible for it. If you didn't get like, this how she's talking to her. And I'm just like, you know, certain stuff you just don't play with people money like it. Ain't no telling what that girl had going on. I ain't gonna lie. I seen some in that apartment complex. I've seen girls hop out the car, baby, with golf clubs, you name it. It was a lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a whole lot over there. And just to see girls go through that, it was a lot. And then normally what they do, they may find like a sister apartment that's with them and transfer over to another one. Like when they get their taxes and stuff like that. Like, it's always something. I ain't gonna even lie. It was always something living in public housing. It really was. And, you know, like some of these girls, like, I really feel sorry for, because it's a lot of girls that they don't even understand half the stuff they sign. And like, you know, like, it's one thing you have somebody there with you that's helping you, or you have like a, you know, a mother, a aunt, you know, somebody to help you, guide you, oh Lord, to guide you through you know, your paperwork, stuff like that. Like, I'm blessed to have a mother. You know, I'm blessed to have that in my life. And, you know, not only to have a mother, but to have common sense. Like, you know, I don't mean no harm. If you don't know, you don't know. And, you know, it's one thing that we could have. There might be something I try to start, like an organization just to help women, you know, women in poverty. And, you know, just if you don't, you know, you don't understand something, maybe I could be a resource to it here. But it's just a lot. Our girls, they don't know. I mean, they just know what they have learned over the years. I mean, you're a product of your environment. And so, like some women, it is girls over there that really don't want a life like that. But guess what? That's all they know. So guess what? You adapt. So I don't know. But I get, honey, how some property managers can be. But also I do get how tenants can be. Because some tenants can be very bad to deal with. So like with me, I think what it is in life, I understand consequences. So, you know, it's always a repercussion behind it. Repercussions and consequences. So, I don't know. It's just a lot. Right? It's a lot. Like, how they was talking about maintenance men coming in their house. I can just remember little stuff. Like, you know, people over there. I know one lady who lived up above me. She ended up moving. She was an older lady. She ended up moving because she was talking about the maintenance man had like went through her drawers, and it was a lot. And she had proof. Like, I don't know if she had cameras or what, but you know, after so long, I stayed the hell out of it. But it was a lot. But I will tell you this. It's the tea right here, baby. When I moved in my first apartment, my friend was at my house. My friend Kim. Why I'm leaving work? I got off at 6 o'clock because I worked at a doctor's office, a pediatric office, y'all. Turn around. Why? My friend Kim called, y'all. She's hilarious. So I'm thinking she's playing, but she's serious. Why she called me and was like, Jer'ee, the police at your house? Yeah, I had just moved there. Like, I had been living there probably a week, if that. She was like, Jer'ee, the police at your house. Why that evening, y'all? It had already started getting dark outside, because when I moved in November, so it's dark at 6 o'clock. Why she get to my house? Why somebody done order some pizzas to my address? Because remember, my apartment was empty. Order some pizzas to my apartment and rob the pizza lady. Robbed her. Y'all, I had to go downtown, get a police report stating that it wasn't me, that I didn't do, like, it was a lot. Literally, y'all, my first week moving there, them 2 weeks, I had to deal with all of that. Like, literally, I had to rush home, the police standing out there, me and my friend Kim going back and forth. The police knock on my door. Kim opened up the door like, what's going on? They was like, is anybody in here with you? And Kim like, no, you can come in. I don't do nothing illegal. So, of course, you can come on in. She don't care. She just like, Jer'ee, they basically finna search your house. Okay, it's fine. I don't care. Like, I comply with the police when I supposed to. Back then you could. But yeah, they literally, like, when I say I got some stories, just like stories. Like, that apartment was a lot. Within that year, it was a lot. Like, HUD housing is very, very different, y'all. My first night moving there, I don't mean no harm. Like I said, I'm so grateful. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. I'm so grateful that I had a mother. Because, like, paying attention when you growing up. Y'all, my first night moving there, of course, like I said, it was cold. It was November. Y'all, my mama moved me in. Yeah, I went to work that Friday morning. I went over my mama's house. I got my keys Thursday. I got my keys Thursday night. Turn around, my mama said, give me your keys. She said, we gonna move all your stuff. So her and my stepfather, baby, they packed up my whole room. Clothes. I packed not one thing. Y'all, my mama moved me into my whole apartment. My cousins gave me their furniture. My auntie gave me some dishes. Like, it was it was a lot. You know how your family do, they give you a lot of stuff, whatever, just to get you together for your first apartment. And so my mama, she moved me on in, y'all. I promise you, y'all, that first night, baby, it got freezing cold in my apartment. So I'll go to the thermostat. I'm like, let me cut the heat on. Y'all, it's blowing straight cold air. Baby, I contacted that maintenance number. I listen when I'm filling out paperwork. Contact this number, this 24-hour maintenance number. These are the list of things you can call them for. Okay. Girl, I called that man about my heat. He said, ma'am, he said, I know, you're probably cold or whatever. He was like, I'll be over there. He was like, do you got a heater? Do you got a heating blanket? He's asking me this because, it's like 5:30 in the morning. It's, you just wake up, you like, damn, it's cold. Girl, cold. That motherfucker, ma'am. Babe, I went in that kitchen, opened up that oven door, because that oven on about 350, baby, let that whole house warm up. The maintenance man walked in my house. He said, I thought you said your heat wasn't working. It is now. I can remember as kids, my mama used to do that. Like, let something happen. Like, say we've been gone all day. And I was anemic when I was a kid. I was anemic because I had surgery on my back. And I was anemic from the surgery or whatever. Baby. Honey, we went right on, he went right on in there and fixed that heat, baby. I was smooth sailing. But that's the type of problems you're going to have. But by the good grace of God, like I said, I'm in Tennessee, we had a good, like, our maintenance was on it. Like, anything we needed, anything we wanted, they was on it. So, like I said, I know it's a lesson to a lot. And it's a lot of young girls that are going to go and be on housing, just because they need somewhere to stay. It's nothing wrong with it. I would go move back if I had to. There's nothing wrong with it. It ain't about what you're doing. It's about where you're going, and you got to have a plan about where you're going to go with your life. Like, that's how I feel about everything in life. Everything is a stepping stone. Everything that you do in your life is a stepping stone to make you better. Don't fall victim. That's how I look at all of it. So it was a lot. I done got full, y'all. But like I said, this wine, I really don't like it. But baby, we don't waste a good drink, baby. So cheers to y'all on this Wine Down Wednesday. So like I said, honey, hood housing, it's a bit much. That's what I said. You know, if there's something you feel like you want to do, if you want to move on hood, you know, you want to move on public housing, those are things that you gotta pretty much look for. Let me quit holding my eyebrows like this. But it's up to you. You know, if you're a person who's on hood housing, flip it. Go apply for Habitat for Humanity, get your house built up from the ground. That's the outcome. It's not much. What is it, $650 credit? Put your $2,500 in a savings account, leave it in there for what, about 6 months? Go apply, get approved, keep your credit clean for them. Go, you gotta do your community service, help somebody else build their house. You know, once you do all that, make sure you go through the whole process to get approved, and guess what? The community is gonna help you build your home. So it's always ways around stuff. It's always a resource. Let's just say that it's a resource for something positive. How I look at it, we all do get certain opportunities, and we do cross certain opportunities, and most people don't. So like I said, yeah, make the best of it. Bye, y'all.